let's take a look at how to run an experiment for a campaign on Google Ads. For this to work, you really want to make sure you already have a campaign running. So I'm in my Google Ads account under campaigns here, and we can see that there is this campaign that's got plenty of data. It's got like 785 clicks, which gives us kind of a baseline of how this campaign is performing. And then, of course, the whole idea of the experiment is to test something slightly different and see what actually works better, right? That's sort of the whole idea here. So in order to do that, we'll come over to the experiment. So we're again in campaigns, and then down below here we will see the experiments option. When we click on that, it's going to give us some different options here. Now we haven't run any experiments in this account yet, so there's nothing showing up here, but you would be able to see past experiments in here as well. Now, to create one, we'll just click this plus button, or you can click create here. This will not be here after you've created some, though. So click the plus button, choose which option. I think the easiest is to go with custom. It's going to then allow us to choose which type of campaign we're running. There are these other like preset options, if you will. You can utilize those if you really want. But this will allow us to basically determine how we want this to be set up. So I'm going to just do custom and do search, click continue. And then it's going to ask some different things, like what do you want to give the name, like what do you want to name the experiment. You can give it a description, and then you're going to do it based on an existing campaign, which is why I was saying you want to have a campaign running, or have had a campaign running for some period of time. Okay, so I went ahead and selected a campaign. It's our Phoenix Closets campaign. It's the same one that we were seeing over here. And then I gave it a name for the experiment. So I like to just do the same name as the campaign itself, and then just have like a V2, V3, V4, V5, just some variation basically, variation 2, variation 3, etc. And then it will pull that into this section as well. And actually for the suffix, I would just do V2. So now it's going to be Phoenix Closets V2 will basically be the trial campaign, right? We'll click save and continue. And now we have our experimental campaign set right here. Then from here, we can make any adjustment that we want to this campaign, right? So just as a example, we could make an adjustment to the campaign settings, like, maybe we want to go to target CPA instead of regular, conversions. We can click save there. So we can change the bidding. We can change pretty much any setting that we want. Once that setting has been changed, now we have a variation campaign. So we have our existing campaign, which has its current settings, and then this new campaign where everything's the same except for the one thing we just changed, right? Which was the bidding, right? So we changed it from maximize conversions to maximize conversions with target CPA, or maybe we want to change it to, target ROAS or something. We want to go for like 500% ROAS. We can do that. Whatever change we want to make in the account, that's not necessarily the most important part. Then, once we have finished creating that campaign, we're going to go click on schedule here, and then it's going to ask us a couple of other things. It's going to ask us, like, what do you want to track? So we want the cost per conversion to decrease, and we want the number of conversions to increase, right? So we want it to cost less money to get a lead, which means if we're spending the same amount of money, we'll get more leads. That's going to be the most common, right? Most people want to spend less money per lead and get more leads. Sometimes, though, you want like conversion value to increase, right? If it's like an e-commerce website, so it might be a little bit different, but You can basically choose your two outcomes that you're looking to achieve, and then set the experiment split. So with 50%, it's going to send 50% of the traffic to our old campaign that was already there, and 50% to this new campaign that we're going to be testing out. You can change this. Sometimes I'll go like 80-20 if I don't want to if a campaign's performing really, really well and I don't want to mess up that, the good results that we're getting, I can do just take a little bit of the traffic and send it to the experiment. But in most cases, you'll end up doing 50% split. There's some advanced settings here. I wouldn't worry too much about those. And then for the dates, you can choose when it's going to start and when it's going to end. I think the longest it'll go is like 85 days, so almost 3 months. So you can choose how long you want the experiment to run. And then I like to enable the sync, which means if we make a change to one campaign, it also changes the other campaign. So that way you know that you have two identical campaigns with only one variable, which is the bid adjustment in this case. And then we just click Create Experiment. And now it's going to wait until, this is actually tomorrow. So then tomorrow it will launch this experiment and it will start running and gathering data, and then we can come back and see what the results look like and determine, did this experiment actually provide us the results that we were after, or did it not? And then based on those results, we can run another experiment. You can just keep experimenting and figuring out what actually performs the absolute best in your case. So I hope you found this helpful. If there's anything you did have questions about in terms of running an experiment on Google Ads, don't hesitate to reach out. Just drop your questions in the comment section down below, and we'll be sure to get back to them there.
Look, if you're the type of person that just doesn't even want to deal with Google Ads anymore, then you can always reach out to me. My company is Missoula SEO Geek. I'll leave a link to my website down below, but we do manage Google Ads for different companies in different industries, and you can come learn about what we do, what makes us unique. You can even read some of the testimonials from some businesses that we've taken from 0 to over $1 million in revenue, like this one here. And really just see that, this is the type of thing that's going to explode your business growth. So feel free to reach out. You can always give us a call or contact us through our website, and look forward to working with you.